Okay, so brief update here. So this is where we are this morning. Got that. So for the uninitiated in painting, this is what's called cutting in. You start with the borders, like where the wall meets the ceiling, and where the wall meets the trim, and where the wall meets the trim down in the floor, and other areas like outlets and light switches. And this is kind of where it's difficult to get a roller when you're rolling. So you have to do all these little areas, and this takes time. This is what really kind of takes time in a paint job. There's a lot of like attention that has to be paid. Like if you don't want to get the paint on the surface that you aren't painting, and you want to keep it where it belongs. And you can use painter's tape to do that. That's this right here. But that's a lot of taping, and I didn't really want to bother with taping. And actually, professionals generally don't tape, unless it's a window, I think. If it's a window, you might as well do it. Taping takes a long time as well. And then I've had a problem where you go and after you're done with the paint job, you pull the tape, and if it's stuck to like a ceiling or something, it pulls up on you. It actually, like, you can actually pull like paint off the ceiling, like unintentionally, because it just sticks, and then you end up doing something that you don't want to do. A lot of this was accomplished with just this brush, and most of down here, and then this. But then there's this thing called the Sureline. Let's see if I have it here. Do you know what? There it is. It's this thing. It's ready. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, you put this this pad on this thing, on this side of this thing, and then what you can do is snap those wheels into place, and then you go up here, and the wheels ride along the ceiling, and you get this perfect line of paint along the ceiling, and you don't have to worry about like anything really. You just roll this puppy along. There's a little bit of a technique to it, but I won't go into that. But it's really simple, and it works really well, and it goes pretty fast. So you can get cruising along that line and get going. So it looks pretty good. I mean, the color, I will find out what it looks like all painted in soon. I don't know if this is a debate, but I've certainly seen how-to articles and threads online and stuff about painting when I research some of this stuff. So the question is, I'm going to do 2 coats, and so that means I've got to cut in again. I've got to repaint over every inch of this cutting in. I got to do this whole thing over again. And this took about 4 hours. Just because it just takes time. You're going with a brush and just going along. It's not. You got to be careful. You can't just slap stuff on there and go like crazy. So the question is, I used to do that when I used to do paint jobs. I would do a cut in, and then I'd roll, which means filling in all this whole wall area, and then I'd cut in again and roll again, and for my second coat. But I saw something online like, hey, you can cut in twice in a row, and then roll twice in a row, like just kind of doing it in a different order. Wow, that's interesting, and I think I'm going to do that because I don't know, once you kind of get into a groove with something, you might as well just kind of keep going. And so, since I did this just, last night, I might as well just repeat that whole process since it's fresh in my mind. I might, I don't know, save whatever, 20 minutes or something, 10 minutes maybe at the most. So yeah, we'll try that. It's kind of an interesting thing. I wouldn't have thought of it. And then tomorrow, you're supposed to have like 4 hours in between coats. So, but if I cut in today, I probably won't roll today, just because I've got other stuff to do. I think, but tomorrow I could come back and just do the two. Get here, early enough and do the 2 coats. Do a coat and go out and have lunch or something, and then come back and be ready. So that's the report. There we go.